What we consider important is different to every one of us. What's going to be important for me would be different for you. But for most people, what do you think are important nowadays? Because we are living in a world where people are constant for meaning, purpose, and fulfillment. Ito raw ngayon yung mga importante sa buhay na kinoconsider ng mga tao. Number 1 is financial stability. Everyone would agree to this, I think. We want to be financially stable in a way that we have more than enough, we have savings, because it will give us peace of mind, freedom from stress, di ba? And opportunities to enjoy life fully. At least that's what we think, di ba? We want to make a difference in this world. We want to leave a legacy. We want autonomy, independence, caring relationships, right? We want a family who can provide us the emotional support and unconditional love. Friendship that is real, that will tell us exactly what we need and hopefully enrich our lives. And love, of course. Different kinds of love in this life, we want them. Health, of course, we want to be healthy. Who wouldn't be? Growth, adventure, challenging and enjoyable life. Everyone can relate, no? More than one of this is important in your life and my life as well. We are living in this world where people constantly, parate, in every moment, we want to have meaning. We want to have purpose. And of course, we want to be fulfilled. Gusto natin ng fulfillment. Lahat tayo, I would say, we want to be successful. Di ba? And we want approval of others. We want everyone to accept us. But the thing is, yun lang ba ang buhay? Is that the only thing that matters in this life? A bit of a bad news. At the end of this life, at the end of your life, because everything will end, and at the end of it all, your achievement, no matter how big it is, no matter how large your bank account is, no matter how beautiful your car is, none of those achievements will matter in the end. None. What will matter is who you live for. Medyo sobering ba? Is it sobering? Medyo nakakalungkot ba? A successful life is not measured by what we gain. We thought that if I got this, if I got that, I'm successful na. No. What will matter is different from what we actually think of. That is the one that we'll discuss today. So our title of our conversation today is this: A Life That Honors God. And it's going to be a conversation from 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 6 to 10. So, let me ask you, what are you living for? What exactly you think you are here for? To be successful in life? To be a manager of wherever work you will be? You're currently in? Or do you need other people's approval or adoration? Others will say, I want to be comfortable. I want to achieve something that everyone or most people will recognize me for. There's nothing wrong with that. I myself strive for that at one time in my life. But in these verses, we will be reminded that that's not all of life is. That we have greater purpose as we live in this life. Sa buhay nating to, may mas malaki pa tayong purpose. May malaki pa tayong dahilan. And that is to live a life that honors God. We live to impress our friends, our co-workers, yung mga followers natin sa social media. But the thing is, did we impress the one that matters? Minsan, na-overwhelm tayo sa question na, ano kaya tingin ng tao sa akin? What will people think of me? Or what do they think of me now? When the most important question is actually, what does God think of me? Is my life honoring Him? Because we are called to walk by faith and live in a way that honors God every day. Because the life that honors God requires us to stop staring in this very chaotic world and very messy life that we have. Life in itself is not life, it's not challenging. But the thing is, the Lord is asking us, stop looking at it, will not really help you. And start living, honoring Him. In these verses that we will show later on, Paul will speak about what exactly is important in our life and what exactly are we here for. You know, the Lord, last week, Pastor Romel mentioned us how much love the Lord has got for us, that even in His last moments before He died, He was praying for us. Because that's how much He loves us. That's how much each and every one of you, bawat isa sa inyo, nagmamatter. So that life that we have, ano ngayon yung purpose niya? What is it for? That life is actually should be full of confidence and faith with the perspective of eternal. Goes on into these verses. So let's start with 2 Corinthians 5, verse 7. For we live by believing and not by seeing. Wow. I remember when I was in grade 1, grade 2. What's the first rule of science? To see is to believe. Subsequently, mababago yon, but that one. But here we are being asked, live by believing. The world will tell us, follow your feelings. Wow. Masaya, no? I mean, it's very touching. But in reality, your feelings is not exactly right all the time. Sabi ng mundo is, trust yourself. You can do it. Diba? Ano na sabi ni Nike? Just do it. But the thing is, not exactly. Our experiences in life up to this point will tell us that is not exactly real. Or that's not just it. Because if we base on those, it means that our decision is purely on what you can see, on what your eyes can validate. If I cut this corner, I will have more profit. When someone hurt me and I retaliate, I will look strong and nobody will mess with me. I used to think of that as well. Laki kong tao eh. If I do this, I'll feel happy. One time or another, you guys do that as well, di ba? Sight will only look at the immediate of what you can see. But if we believe in God, as believers, what do? We trust in Him. Magtitiwala tayo sa Kanya. Tiwala sa mga pangako niya, in His promises, in His timing, in His word. Because He was faithful to us before. we've seen what He did in our lives before. We know and can see and feel what He's doing in our lives now. That tomorrow, that doesn't change. Hindi yun nagbabago. So faith is moving forward even when we don't know what is coming. When we know that we are following God and we trust in Him, regardless of how dark our world can be, our life can be uncertain, we don't know what to do, we don't know what it will be tomorrow. But we know that God is with us. We know that He has this plan, this path for us. God always shows. God will not always show us. He will not always explain, and sometimes there will be confusion. But the thing is, sabi niya, I have a plan for you, and I have a path laid down for you. So in this race called life, I am with you. So we can live by believing, by faith, and we don't need to see what the future is tomorrow. So, sabi doon, walk by faith and not by sight. Most of us will say, I want clarity. I want to see it clearly first before I can obey. No. God is telling us, trust me first. Magtiwala ka muna sa akin. Kasi alam ko yung buhay mo. Naplano ko na yung buhay mo. Though may choices ka, magtiwala ka sa akin. Trust the Lord in your difficult season, particularly when life is not so good. When we think our prayers is taking so long to be answered, trust Him. When we feel uncertain, particularly when we feel uncertain, trust Him. Even when your heart, when your emotion is saying no, that's the important time that you trust Him. We don't need to see everything because the Lord has us in His hand. We just need to have faith. Walk in faith and not based on what we can see. Reassuring ba? Ito, 2 Corinthians 6 and 8. Ito nga, nakakatuwa itong verses na to. So we are always confident, even though we know that as long as we live in this body, we are not at home with the Lord. Tapos ni-reiterate niya sa verse 8. Yes, we are fully confident, and we would rather be away from these earthly bodies, for then we will be at home with the Lord. Ano sabihin nito? What is Paul telling us in these verses? Ang sinasabi lang niya, though the Lord is with us always, this is not home. We are just passing by. This is just a very long road that we will all transversing as of the moment. In short, temporary lang to. This is not our final destination. Everything here is temporary. Life changed quickly. Diba? Ang bilis nga ng panahon, kakatapos lang ng Pasko. Gitna na ng taon. Children grow up. People age. Opportunities pass. Lahat ng opportunity, it will pass. And earthly possession fade. Kahit gaano nyo kamahal kung ano ang meron kayo ngayon, it will fade. It's inevitable. Nothing in this world will last forever. Everything will end. Minsan, we live our lives here in this world. Like, this is it. This is the life. No. This is just part of the journey. What we have here, we can take it on the next chapter of our lives. We were born naked, we will die naked. Your beautiful car, you cannot take it with you in the afterlife. So this life that we have here, this is temporary. What Paul is saying here is that our home is with the Lord. Sabi niya, di ba? Then we will be at home with the Lord. But prior to that, we need to be away from this body to go into that eternity. Instead of asking us, what makes me comfortable or what makes me happy, dapat tinatanong natin, what really matters? What will matters when we get to that forever? Kasi tayo, at most what? Quality of life is 60, 80 years? But then, deteriorate na. Kasi everything fades eh. Everything is temporary. But the life after that, that's your forever. That's forever. So we should be asking, what truly matters forever? We think everything that we have will make us happy, but at the end of it all, it won't matter. It won't matter. So let's not be so busy with our career, our vacation, our financial goals that we neglect our spiritual one. Because this life is just that. It will end. It will be finished. So let's focus as well on what is after this. When we read the Bible, you will know how Jesus reminds us that whatever possessions that we have here will not last forever. And what God has for us, that's the only one that actually we can carry over. So keep eternity in our mind, in our focus. Not just what we have in this world. Because again, this world is just the airport. Meron pa tayong after. So whenever we decide, ask yourself, am I investing in whatever is here in this world and it's temporary? Or am I considering what is in eternal after this? Am I growing spiritually? Tanong din natin yun. Am I helping others to know Christ? Am I using my time wisely? Kasi baka sa sobrang kabisihan natin, na-overwhelm na tayo ng ito lang. Nalimutan na natin na, this one will end. There is next. And you know what? When we think about those, and we keep those in mind, yung priorities natin mag-shift. Our decisions will change. Our relationships, the way we treat each other, the way we treat our neighbors, our friends, our families will shift. And our purpose will come into focus more. Keep eternity in mind, in your view, in your focus, because what we have here will not last forever. And in the next verses, it says here in verse 9, so whether we are here in this body or away from this body, our goal is to please Him. I still remember yung preaching ni Pastor last week, that God so loved us so much that He who is innocent, without a stain of sin, died the most humiliating death. From the moment he was cuffed to the moment he gave his last breath in that cross. He doesn't deserve it. He doesn't. And yet he did it for us. That's how much he loves us. That's why he gave this all for us, plan our lives for us, be with us, even when we are turning our faces from him, even when we are ignoring him and just depending on ourselves. Nakala natin, ang galing. Kala natin, magaling na tayo. The Lord loves us. Even when we ignore him, even when we set him aside. So in all of that, diba, if we imagine it, what then is our purpose here? That is to live an honorable life that will honor God. And it's not just accidental. It's not just something that, side effect ng mga ginagawa natin. It is putting him into focus in front of us, putting our lives intentionally to glorify him, to honor him. Every day we will make choices. Anong sasabihin ko? Anong papanoorin ko? How will I treat people? How we spend our time? How are we going to respond while we are going through these difficulties? You will ask, what makes me happy? What benefits me? But the thing is, what we should be asking is this. Does it honor the Lord? Does it reflect Christ in my life? Not the occasional obedience. Kung kailan lang tayo pwede, kung kailan lang masarap sa atin, kung kailan lang convenient. It is intentional. It is daily. Our goal is to please him. God values what you do when no other people can see. Because your character actually is revealed when nobody is looking. But there's always somebody, someone that is looking, and that is God. And what he sees in you, when in those moments, those are the ones that matters. So live intentionally for the Lord. Intentional. Because God is honored when we remain faithful, when we forgive others, when we speak with integrity, live with integrity, and we speak the truth. When we love sincerely, not just because we have motives. And most especially, when we serve humbly. That is when the Lord is honored. So before you make decision, let's ask, does this honor God? Hindi yung magmumukha ba akong mabait nito? Will people approve? Will I become popular? Recognized? Kasi lahat yung puro me. The question should be, in these actions, in these decisions, will God be seen in me? So we need to live intentionally for God. Kasi, para tayong hose. You know that water hose? You connect it to the... You cannot say that I am connected to the faucet. You cannot say that I believe and follow God. Pero walang makikita sa'yo. That hose is useless. That hose cannot say that they are connected to the faucet if there's no water coming out on the other end. You don't want to be called a faulty hose. You want to be that effective hose that actually water can be seen coming out. That is actually our purpose. We need to live our life honoring God. So you should ask ourselves, is this what I'm doing, the fruit of this decision? Will it reflect Jesus? And this last verse, for we must all stand before Christ to be judged. We will each receive whatever we deserve for the good or evil we have done in these earthly bodies. This is a fact. This is something that we cannot ignore or bypass. Everyone will face the Lord at least once. Salvation came from God's grace, not through our works, but still, at the end of our lives, we will face God and we will stand before Him. And akala natin minsan hindi nakikita ni Lord, but God sees what were our actions, what were our motives, what's inside our hearts, our faithfulness to Him, and our obedience. The Lord sees them all. Oh, wala naman natakot no? Hindi naman nananakot. What it shouldn't bring us fear. What it should give us is that we are loved so much by the Lord that He doesn't leave us alone. He loves us so much that He cares about what we do in this life. It should be an insight and an inspiration for us to live purposely. Because one day, all our earthly achievements will fade away. Because this life is temporary, this world is temporary. Only what we faithfully done for Lord will matter and will remain. It's a fact that we will stand before the Lord at the end of our time. That reassurance that we will see the Lord at least once in our life, at the end of it, that should be something that we can keep work on. Because when we stand before Christ, the way we live will matter. So if we keep that in mind, how we will live our life today, that will shift. Not with fear, of course. Yun yung sinasabi. It's not with fear that you live like this, but with reverence and with purpose and faithfulness. So remember, we will stand before Christ. One time we will stand before Christ. So be faithful in small things. Kahit maliit na bagay yan, be faithful. Sabi nga kahit walang nakakakitang ibang tao, may nakakakita. Let's serve sincerely. Let's live with integrity. And do not compromise your faith. Do not compromise just so that others will see us as their equal or same as them. No. Let's live each day prepared for that one time that we will see the Lord, and hopefully more, and live with Him after. Because we want to be told by the Lord that we have served our purpose in life. Because we are called as believers, as we confess our faith to the Lord, we are called to walk by faith and live in a way that honors Christ every day. Mahirap ang buhay. Life is difficult. I've been through so many stuff in my life. But you know what? I'm still here. I'm still breathing. Diba? each and every one of you is still breathing here, praying and worshiping the Lord together. And as the Lord is faithful for us yesterday, providing our needs, providing for everything, He will be faithful tomorrow. Sa Koino nga we were talking about last Thursday, worship. We are called to worship. We are called to honor the Lord. That's our purpose in His life. We are loved so much. Actually, pag nag-go through ako ng mga challenges, that is just one thing that you guys can hold on to. The Lord loves you so much. And akala nyo nag-iisa kayo? You think you're alone? Nuh-uh. The Lord is with you. You just need to reach out. If you feel uncertain in life, the Lord is with us. We are required. We are called. That is faith. Walk in faith and live our lives to honor God. So our challenge for today is this. Before you make your decisions, pause and ask, does this honor the Lord? In your decisions, no matter how small and your big, pause and ask, does this honor the Lord? Let your words, your attitude, our choices, our relationships, our actions reflect the Lord in our lives on a daily basis. Because you know what? It's not just our satisfaction or benefits us when we do this. The others are encouraged as well. Because then sometimes what they see in us, what we see in us, is an encouragement and a proof that life, that in their journey, that in their race, hard as it may be, the Lord is with them. So in response to that love that we experience, let's live our life honoring Him. Let's surrender our life to Him. Kasi sabi ko sa inyo, ang sarap ng feeling ng hindi nag-worry kung ano ang dadalhin ng bukas. It's so light to live a life that you don't have to worry about what will tomorrow bring. Trust in the Lord. Let our lives honor Him because He is there for us. And He loves us so much that He won't let anything bad happen to us. He has great plans for each and every one of us. And when we live our life like that, it leaves an eternal impact. Because when we face the Lord, this is the words that you want to hear from Him. Well done, good and faithful servant. Well done, my good and faithful servant. So let's not get caught up in this temporary life. Let's trust in Him and make Him the inspiration and the driver of our life. Amen.